made in India, made for India, and also possibly made for the world when we start exporting it. So it's a great national pride. I am sure over the entire life cycle period of the aircraft, it is going to be one of the matchless aircraft in its category.
On January 13, 2021, the government took a giant leap towards the Make in India mission, announcing procurement of 83 Tejas light combat aircraft from Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The order, worth around Rs 48,000 crore, is the biggest ever deal given to an Indian manufacturer. This is a landmark moment for Project Tejas, which had begun work on making light combat aircraft over 30 years ago in 1983. The government wanted to release the first aircraft by 1994. However, the first prototype of LCA flew only in 2001. That is 18 years after the project started. It was in 2019 when the Indian Air Force was given the first aircraft with final operational clearance.
And it will be a great moral booster for HAL as well as for ADA in a sense that it is a sort of recognition to their capabilities that yes, the country has a faith in them and they will be able to deliver a homegrown fighter aircraft in good time frames. This is also important for HAL in two more ways. HAL will be able to contribute directly to the concept of Make in India or being Atmanirbhar in aerospace manufacturing, and also the expertise developed on this project that will be very helpful to HAL for further improvements and refinements possibly on Mark II.
The Tejas deal will give a big boost to several other domestic manufacturers. Over 70 Indian suppliers are involved in manufacturing various parts of the aircraft. About 500 Indian companies, including MSMEs, will be working with HAL in producing the aircraft. According to the plan, HAL will deliver 73 Tejas Mark 1A and 10 Tejas Mark 1 trainers. The first aircraft is to be delivered within 36 months of date of signing the contract. HAL plans to roll out 16 aircraft every year starting FY 2023-24. The average cost of the aircraft over the whole period is Rs 309 crore per aircraft.
When we talk of LCA project, we talk of that 140 design partners spread all over the country. And some 500 vendors have contributed on this project. And also, let me tell you that apart from immediate generation of the employment and contribution to the GDP of the country, when we talk of the aircraft, we are talking of next 30 years of maintenance. That means there is going to be a lot of opportunity available for Indian vendors in terms of the maintenance, repair and overall facilities. So this project means that it is basically next 30 years that our design agencies will be busy, our maintenance agencies will have a lot of work, lot of employment will be generated, GDP will be improved upon, and this will lay foundation for the future projects. So that is why our Honorable Raksha Mantri is on the record saying that this project will be a game changer for Indian defense manufacturing.
This version of Tejas light combat aircraft Mark 1A comes with 4 major capabilities over the current variant of LCA. These include mid-air refueling, enhancing the combat ability and maintainability, improvements through incorporation of active, electronically scanned array radar, electronic warfare suite, and beyond visual range missile capabilities. Clearly, the aircraft augments the Indian Air Force's inventory.
Indian Air Force has already formed 2 squadrons of LCA, that is Flying Daggers and Flying Bullets. And right now, what we are aiming for Indian Air Force is that they should have at least 38 squadrons by 2030. And LCA is going to play a very important role because 40 aircrafts of Mark 1 and 83 of Mark 1A. That means we'll be easily having, say with 123 aircrafts, we'll be able to form at least 7 to 8 squadrons. Ideally, what we are looking is that since this aircraft is coming as a replacement upgraded aircraft for MiG-21s, I feel long run requirement is going to be at least 200 aircrafts.
LCA is a tailless compound delta aircraft which is equipped with quadruplex digital fly-by-wire. The aircraft is built with advanced composite materials with reduced weight, increased life and reduced signature. The LCA Tejas Mark 1A is an advanced version of LCA Mark 1 which is in service with the IAF currently. So what makes Mark 1A so special?
It is special in two ways. Number one, it's made in India, made for India, and also possibly made for the world when we start exporting it. So it's a great national pride. Number two, especially LCA Mark 1A, it is a 4+ generation aircraft with 4 very special systems installed on it. That is, one is active electronically scanned array radar, which will give you situational awareness to some 16 targets at one time. Then we use beyond visual range missiles like Derby and Astra Mark 1, which gives it a very good strike capability. Then we have electronic warfare suits. We have air-to-air refueling, giving a extended range to the aircraft. So when we look at the overall characteristics of the aircraft, this provides a very good support for air offenses and will also have excellent survival capabilities. So in its class, it is going to be a very, very special aircraft, which possibly in this category no other air force in the world will have.
Delivering the 83 Tejas aircraft will require a huge change of approach for HAL, the country's only fighter aircraft maker. The HAL clearly will have to master the technology of indigenous production.
What I understand is that HAL has already augmented its production capacity from 8 aircrafts per year to 16 aircrafts per year by doing a capacity upgrade in Nasik and Bangalore. And with this order, now they will also be coming with a third line of the integration and assembly. With that, as far as HAL is concerned, they will be able to meet the deadlines for the manufacture of this aircraft. But at this stage, we should also remember one thing. HAL is not the only player on this aircraft program. It is a program exhibiting great synergy between HAL, Aeronautical Design Agency, and Indian Air Force. So role of all these 3 agencies will be very important if we have to meet the cost and time lines of future. That is why what we have been advocating with the government is that national projects, they need national supervisory teams. They just cannot be left to a single organization. A supervisory team on a continuity of the thought process basis, where I think the former air chiefs, the former defense secretaries, former chairmen of HAL and DRDO, they can be on that national supervisory team and they will give a direct feedback to the political leadership should there be any intervention required. So a national project will need a national team. As far as the HAL efforts are concerned, yes, they are in line and they are taking full care that aircrafts are delivered in time. Hopefully we will, the way things are going on.